So they took the cells from Stefan at the time,
Yeah.
and then so what happened? Was it just like on a drip, just like infused
So
into?
yeah. So his procedure was the same as yours, through the hip, whatever.
Hmm.
But for us, yeah. So it was like imagine like a bag of blood just hanging up, and so Gaurav's got he's got in his chest, he's got the ports in where, so like, so obviously at the time he couldn't eat or anything either, so he's got three kind of tubes coming out of his chest, which are like used for all these medicines he needs, and the actual transplant as well being done. So it was like just kind of like a bag of blood hanging up, like kind of, when you see, I don't know, when you watch movies and you see someone's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
like
yeah.
a kind of just a drip hanging off. It was like that, and then plugged into these ports into his chest, and kind of, I think it took probably about 30, 45 minutes. So we're just sitting there and just slowly, you're watching this bag slowly empty out and go into his body. And so basically what they say is what the hope is. So these are obviously like the bone marrow transplant. These white blood cells are going into Gaurav. You have to have chemotherapy before it because you have to kind of completely kill his immune system off. Because they said what it ends up being like is like a battle of his old blood cells. So his immune system is going to see this new bone marrow coming into his body, and we're going to think like, hang on, what's that? You ain't meant to be here. This is my body. You ain't coming in. And so if they don't kill his immune system will fight the new bone marrow coming in and basically off, and which means it fails. So he had to go through it was 7 days of intense chemotherapy, which pretty much just completely knocked him out. Like, which I imagine, as you expect, that was hard to see. That was kind of, it's painful kind of thing, and yeah, and then it's just a case of making sure. So this fight of the new bone marrow and the blood cells coming into him, fighting with his old existing bone marrow and hoping the new ones win and kind of take over his body. Yeah, that's pretty much the way it was. And so if it doesn't take, it's because his immune system's kind of fought back. So that's what the chemotherapy was for, to completely kill off his immune system, to give the new bone marrow the best chance of kind of setting in. Because once that sets into his bone marrow, it will then start to reproduce blood cells.
How long does it take for to see whether it's worked or not?
It was, so he'd had that done. You're looking at, it's still months as well. You're looking at, so he'd be keep constantly being tested. He was in, so you had to stay in isolation for 3 months. So he's in a room. Him and my wife was basically, they had to stay at Children's Hospital. I was allowed to come in. Kieran, my daughter, she wasn't allowed to come in. So when we used to go down and visit, Kieran would have to, I mean, at the time as well, Kieran's only young as well. She'd have to kind of sit outside looking through a glass door and kind of talking to her mom that way and stuff. And then on weekends, I'd stay at the hospital to let my wife come home and obviously spend time with Kieran as well. And so it was, yeah, it wasn't just what it was about for us. It was tough on her as well. She had to grow up quick.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah. But it was, yeah, just kind of, I don't know, it's a surreal situation when you think back of it, kind of. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, I kind of losing my chain of thought thinking about it.
No,
Sends you back a bit.
I think what Rick was saying a bit earlier, like kind of like time. It's like how quick to do a swab, then you've got then to have it. How long was your blood like when they were taking out your blood, Rick?
What the
Yeah, when they were taking
cells?
Yeah.
4 hours. Hindi film.
I see, and then you got, and then obviously to have it put into someone with 40 minutes. It's like that is just unbelievable. Trying to kind of fathom of how you can change somebody's whole family life, everything, just in that one goal. So, like, I want to take you to a conversation, Rick, and Sonny, when we were together and in at the Seat Channel before, and I know that you managed to meet your donor at the time, Sonny. And I tried to. I remember raising the question with yourself, Rick, about how did you feel, or did you meet the person who you donated your stem cells to. And I won't go into the answer what you said. I just want to give you like the your opinion of why you took the action you did.
Yeah, so mine went to Germany. Mine was from someone that was, all I was told, it was someone that was smaller than me, and it was going to Germany. I think it's about 2 years or something where they can get in contact with you, or you can get in contact with them. They asked, would you like to get in contact with them? And I declined. I said, no. I said, if they want to get in contact with me, that's fine. But I felt, after doing understanding and researching it, I just felt the journey must be so hard for these people. I don't want to be the person to kind of, I don't know, maybe I was looking at it all wrong, like gloat and say, I'm the one, almost looking for some type of reward or some sort, for doing what I did. I felt the reward of just being above match was good enough for me. That was it, So I just felt, if they ever want to get in contact with me, I'm completely happy with that. But I just felt it's their personal journeys. I can only imagine now, understanding more with Sonny, Gurpreet, and Gaurav and his daughter, their emotional journey. It's so intense that I just felt, right, I don't want to be involved in that unless they were happy to do so themselves, if that makes sense.